Green Arrow number 41. Mirkerd Scott is writing with Matthew Clark on the art. This is a 2-part fill-in before we get to the new run by the Benson sisters. What's interesting here is this is the writer that's going to be taking over Batgirl with issue 25, at least for an arc. Maybe ongoing, they've not really kind of specified. But so I was curious to read it for that sense. Just okay, so what's the Batgirl going to be like for 6 months?
Yeah.
And a little bit of time. The plot of this is that Oliver has been tasked with transporting Parasite across country because, of course, Parasites can absorb powers from anyone it comes in contact with. So the theory is send someone who doesn't have any powers to make it
There's a logic to it.
There is.
There is that logic, but Parasite also kills regular people that don't have powers.
It does indeed.
When he absorbs them. So they're just telling him, like, well, if he gets you, at least he's not going to be fully powered, Ollie.
I do think it's a fun idea for a plot. That said, when he said that, though, I couldn't help but think, what, Batman wasn't free? I mean...
Well, I wish he would have said that. I wish he would have been like, well, I guess Batman's too busy.
Yeah. There was a joke to be made there, I think.
So, I was worried about this because it's very narration box heavy, and we all know I like narration boxes, but it's all very inner monologue-y, and I was worried at the beginning, but I feel like Scott nailed Ollie, so I was okay with most of them.
Yeah, I actually did enjoy the issue. I think I'm liking this way more than the last 2-parter from I can't remember the names. The twosome, the two people act that wrote the last couple.
Kelly and Lanzing.
Yeah, you go. That's the one. I think it's a more of a fun plot idea. I think that whole children in that country who have rose up to become villains and heroes. I thought that was a bit forced and overwritten. This to me felt more just a sort of traditional superhero story. Parasite breaks out because was it Mammoth spits on him, so he absorbs the strength from Mammoth, and then hell breaks loose.
And they almost do a job at making you feel bad for Parasite because like he's withering. You can tell they haven't like properly fed him in forever, and he's kind of like what's what I'm looking for, catatonic. And then Mammoth spits on him, and he absorbs Mammoth's essence, if you will, and becomes this big rampaging parasite monster, which leads to a riot in the prison and Ollie having to come into action. And we had a lot of cool action sequences.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of Oliver Reed's trick hours. There's him sneaking into vents. There's sharks biting off his boot.
I did notice that the artist clearly doesn't want to draw feet.
Yeah.
Because it was after he loses the boot to the shark, there's a couple of pages where it really obviously hides his foot, and it was really glaring. Like, he's half off page for one panel. He's, that foot's behind a desk. And, the rest of the issue, you're seeing feet constantly. But, as soon as he loses that boot, it's like, nope, we're hiding that. We don't want to draw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't draw feet, so
I can't draw at all, but that's not the point. The point is I felt
it's not nearly as bad as Liefeld in his feet, so...
No, it was weird because when I thought, is that his boot that he's lost? And then it was odd not seeing like the bare foot for like a couple of pages because I felt like they were going to show it.
It felt really obviously hidden, and I think that was the problem. Is I felt them trying to hide it.
Yeah, well, you felt the artist trying to hide it. I feel like that's only the artist's fault.
Oh,
I wonder actually if they drew the feet and then like the editor or the writer sort of went, hey, maybe change that panel and take the foot out of it.
Maybe it just wasn't very good.
Yeah, there's always a possibility. That was a fun. It's for a 2-parter. There's this fill-in. This is a fine little story.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that script that was going around like almost probably 10 years ago now, called Supermax. That was going to be about Oliver Queen going in undercover to the Supermax prison, and it was going to be basically the Green Arrow movie. And it had a really cool concept, just never got off past the script level.
Yeah.
So
I will say, as much as I just complained about that art part there, I do think mostly it's pretty good though. I really like the use of the layout with the the red and white target circles. I think that that's a recurring motif that I quite like, and I do like when he's in the vents, the shadows and the green glow look really good.
Yeah, the vent stuff did look quite good. I agree with that. I think the art, for the most part, it didn't blow me away, but it was kind of dependable.
Yeah.
Outside of the feet issue. So
yeah, but like I say, I really like the use of that target motif. That gave it some character.
I think it's fair. I think if you're picking up these 2 issues, if you're not wanting to have a gap and you're picking up the fill-ins because you're going to have the Benson's run.
Yep.
I think this next one, is
probably safe.
nothing to be upset about having to buy them. Is I guess
No.
what I'm saying. And also fills me with a bit of hope that Batgirl should be fun if nothing else.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I guess we'll rate Green Arrow 41. Matt, what are you giving it?
Maybe this one an 8.
Okay, I'm going to go with a.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm going to go with more of a straight 7. I think it's good. I think it's great, but I think it was a solid fun. Like if this is what a fill-in, if this was the bottom end of a fill-in, I'd be ecstatic with fill-ins forever. Of course, that's not the case, and
Yeah,
we got others, but-
I agree with a solid 7, but I think I am hopeful for Batgirl because this is only a 2-issue film. There's only so
Yeah.
much you can do, right?
Yeah.